welcome to another edition of Ask Us Anything. We are Mike and Jennifer Wendland.
And we're glad to have you join us tonight.
It's been a busy day. Boy, there's lots of you online. We're seeing lots of people greeting us. And let's see, Pam asked, do you have your itinerary for your trip to California? Pam, that trip to California fell by the wayside.
It did.
It's just not enough time, and we wish we had been able to do it. We had planned to go there in June, but it fell in May.
It was
that's
supposed
right.
to be May. That's
it was
why
supposed to be. Yeah,
just
that's
couldn't
right.
pull it all together.
It's supposed to be actually in a week or so, but it just did not work. So we'll try later on in the year. We'll see how it goes. Quick greetings for a lot of you checking in. Eric Miller checks in from Ohio. Hello from Betty Bloom in Michigan. Our friend Maureen Tweedley is from Richmond, BC. Hey, Maureen, good to see you. And Carl's mom had to move my laptop to the living room. For some reason, YouTube is having issues with my TV in the living room where I normally watch.
Dear.
Well, I'm
dear.
glad that you found us, Cal's mom. That is always great to get you guys on there. Let's see. We've got a couple things that are new. We've got this. This is our new angle on the camera. Actually, I should move it around a little bit. Maybe I'll do that right now, and we'll give it a better view. And we want to kind of show the rest of the RV. So if I move it, maybe right about like so. How's that?
Well, you can see.
Can you see all of it?
Yeah, you can see good enough.
Okay.
You can't see me, but that's okay.
Well, we got to see you.
Oh.
So how's that?
Well, you can see me. Yeah,
Okay.
you can. I think they'll be able to see you because you're over there.
Well, we'll try it. So that's there you go.
There we go.
So that's kind of the rest of the RV, and we even have another camera that I don't think is working really well. Let's try that one. Yeah, that's
too
frozen.
bright.
That's a little too bright because there's too much light in here. But so we're not going to use that camera, but we will go back to our main one. So, all right, hey, I want to start off with a quick announcement. You are the first people to know this. It is going live tonight. You can actually order it. Our third book, our third ebook. We've been doing these 7-day adventure guides. We've got the first one,
the Upper Peninsula.
The Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's out. Then we followed that one last month with a book on
Southern Utah,
7-day adventure guides. And tonight I am really excited to announce that, well, that's Cal's mom. I'm excited to announce her too, but I'm really excited to announce Colorado is our next adventure guide, and that is available. You're the first people that are watching it, the first people to know, so you have the first opportunity. Just go to that website and you can learn all about it. But it's like our other guides, the one to Utah and the one for Upper Peninsula of Michigan. This is one of our favorite states. We had a ball in Colorado.
We had a great time. Lots to see.
And you get to see all the major sites, Rocky Mountain National Park and Pikes Peak, and just check it out. It's a 7-day adventure guide. Now, it's meant to be more than 7 days. You know, you really want to spend 10 days, 2 weeks, a month, whatever you could do. You can do it all in a weekend if you really want to drive a lot. But Mesa Verde's on that list. Lots of places to stay. And we wanted to get this out now because we know many of you are making your plans for summer trips. And so the UP guide is available. And I'll put that, let's see, our Utah guide is available right there. And our Utah guide is, and our UP guide. So there you go. rvlifestyle.com/Utah/UP or /Colorado. And you can find out about all those. I'll put those up a little bit later on in the program. But we want to let you know because that just got finished over the weekend. And it's up live now. And we hope that you guys get a chance to check it out. All right. Karen Hicks joins us from Wimberley, Texas. Let's see who else we got. Maureen says, still wondering how much more or less you like the passenger side kitchen.
I love it. I prefer that.
I don't know why all RVs don't have a passenger side kitchen.
And usually at the campsite, that's where the picnic table and everything is, where everybody's sitting, and you can see everybody while you're in at the sink and at the stove.
Yeah.
No, I prefer that.
Yeah, I do too. And I just don't understand why other RVs don't do that.
Must be balance. I don't know.
I don't know. But we have like real big windows there that I could, that you can see out of, and so it's all right outside the window. Actually, if you want to turn that camera, we can do it that way. Show them that way, and we'll kind of pull this camera. We'll show you the outside window,
I don't want to get them
and
dizzy.
there you go. You can see the window right out front of it, and on the right, that's the big window that you can look out. It opens up really nice, and then of course you've got a big view of outdoors. Bo is running around out there. You might see him moving about.
Yeah, he's out there.
You'll hear him because he's barking, and there's deer running around, and
He's looking for something.
all that.
Looking for something to
So
bark
there you
at.
go. So back, that's our camera, and I'm so glad we figured this all out, how to have these two cameras for you. Actually, we'll have three next time, but I just didn't get a chance to pick it up. So we really like that. That's just really a nice thing to have. Hi, J&M. Hey, that's a good one. Jennifer and Mike. Happy trails in the Colorado springtime. Well, there you go, Bob. You're in a beautiful state. And we're glad you're with us as we release the new Colorado 7-Day Adventure Guide today. Deanna is in Ohio, the Floros. Thank you, Deanna. Deanna is one of our moderators. She keeps everybody behaving themselves. And Deanna, we really need you. So thank you so much for being there with us tonight from Ohio. Let's see. Callie's mom says, you are really close to lots of great RVs. I may be coming out that way soon. Okay, well, there's lots of RVs. I don't know where you're coming. Kaylee's mom. Maureen's talking to Kaylee's mom, telling her, yeah, absolutely. Oh, darn, says Pam about not coming to California. We had hoped to. I know we'll be there in October, Pam, but we were planning to do one of the 7-day adventure tours of California, and that didn't work out, and we'll have to see what happens later in the year. Hey, there's Mark Hopkins and Hitch. Hitch
Bo?
swam in Chesapeake Bay.
Bo's sitting right outside the door there,
Why
waiting
don't
for
you
something
see
to
if we
bark
can
at.
pull that shot of Bo up? We want to show you how Bo spends all
I
of
think
his
it's
time.
pretty hard to,
I think
to
he'll
get
show
Bo. They
there.
got the
Let's
door in
see.
the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
door's
door. I
right
would
in the
have
way.
to
Yeah,
do some major taking that down, and I
Yeah.
don't think you'd like that.
Bo kind of lives right out in front of us, and he never gets. He's just lying on the grass in front of the RV, and he loves doing that. Deacon St. John is up in British Columbia, Canada. That's the second one from BC tonight. Hi to Jeff in Chiang Mai, Thailand. We've been to Chiang Rai, Thailand, Jeff, and as they say there, welcome. I love that. There's such a sweet, kind thing, that sign of respect to old people. But a beautiful, beautiful country, and beautiful people. We really like Thailand, one of our favorite places. Mike and Susan Adventures, hey, in Virginia Beach. Matthew Woodward's in Maine. Hey, Maine, good to hear you on there. Roger says hi from another one from Maine, from Acadia National Park, one of our favorite parks in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
We hope to visit that in the next few weeks. David Watley is in North Carolina, and lots of you just checking in from anybody. So that's pretty good. How much do you pay each year for the event stuff?
Well, that depends on how much you want to spend for these different events.
You talking about like the rallies that we go to?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to one this
Holland.
weekend. We'll be in Holland, Michigan for the Tulip Festival, and it's a rally of leisure travel van owners sponsored by their local dealer there in Holland. How much do we pay for that?
$375.
300.
But that's meals.
Yeah, $375, and that's camping for Thursday, Friday, 3 nights,
Saturday, 3 nights,
and meals for basically 2 meals a day for 2 days for 2 people. Plus, they're having a tour, so we get on a bus and a nice tour of the area. We're going to go see the area. So $375 for 2 people. That's pretty good, and that's what most of those events cost.
Yeah, most of them about $250, $300.
Yep. So that's good. So what time of year did we visit Colorado? On the trip that we took there, Carol, it was summertime. The one that we guided, and most of the pictures you'll see on our new guide, the one we just came out with today, that those pictures were taken in the summertime. So Colorado's beautiful any time of the year. Yeah, but our new
I don't think it has a bad time.
That's in the summertime. So let's see. Hey, from Marquette County, Wisconsin, is KK Kayak. That's a great name. And what are your thoughts on the new Unity concept, and what is the price? Price, I don't know. I have no clue. They're almost all the Class Bs are new. Equipped pretty well, about 150, don't you think? Most of
Less
them
than that.
are they a little less than
Yeah, it
that?
depends on what accessories you add, whether you want the
Well, if you
levelers
get
or
the levelers, which I think you'd want, and solar, you're talking about 150 on most. Pushing that way. But I don't. They have that was a
it's all
concept
listed on their
vehicle.
website.
Yeah, yeah. Just go to their website and build your own, and it'll give you a rough idea
Hmm.
what it will cost. But that's general what most of them cost, no matter what brand. With equipped pretty well from a well-equipped B to a B plus as that one is that you're asking about. That one won't be built until fall, so the prices I'm sure going to change, and there's still that concept that they have out there. They're still adding stuff. They're still tweaking it. So I'm sure that there'll be a lot of changes on that, and who knows what it'll cost. But do we like it? Yeah, we're actually going to see it this weekend. We've seen it now in. We saw it at the Super B show in
Salt
Phoenix,
Lake City.
and we saw it where it was unveiled in Salt Lake City. So it's very much like what we have here, except it has a rear sofa bed or Murphy bed. This behind us is the Murphy bed on ours, and this is the front lounge, I believe, on the concept vehicle, and that becomes back in the in there.
I think it's quite different. There's the two side by side chairs that are recliners. They've
Oh
got a
yeah, it
full
does.
wall
That's
of
right.
windows,
But it is a Murphy bed back
but it
there,
is a Murphy bed.
and like these two
Doesn't
chairs
have
that
a
were in
slide.
here, yeah, no slide, and like these two chairs that we're in a slide out. The slide is out about
2 feet.
2 feet. And that makes way for our king size bed, and then you can still walk around it in
And I
this
think
unit.
that's a queen size bed.
But we think it's a great unit. It's nice, and they've already announced that starting next year, Leisure I think has been kind of behind the trend of upgrading, inverters and having lots of solar power. They don't have lithium yet. They hadn't even been using AGM batteries, so they're going to now have AGM, and then they're going to increase the inverter to 2,000 watts. I believe they announced starting in the fall. Now we've put AGMs in here. We took out the standard batteries and put AGMs, and we're even looking at upgrading possibly more from that later on. So that's pretty good. Uh, what's the base cost increase on the 2019 Sprinter? I don't know. Go to the Sprinter site, Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. They're making them in the USA now, and you can check the base price right there. I'm not sure what they are. They have so many different brands of them. Just cargo vans and long ones and short ones. So check and see what you want. It says Road Trek has a passenger side kitchen, not the CS Adventurous, not the RS Adventurous. I don't think any of their Sprinters have a passenger side kitchen. They're all driver's side kitchen. Now maybe their Zions and some of the other ones have it, but I don't know of any. But
I'm sure they have. Oh, what about the Ford product? I think the Ford did.
yeah, they aren't selling that. That's never been
Oh,
sold.
okay.
That was a concept that they were showing, and it never was sold. So we don't know. There's our iPhone picture, but look at that light. I'm sorry, I can't bring that. That gets pretty bad.
It looks pretty nasty.
But this is our main blogging camera. This one right here,
Hmm.
and we're able now to run that through when we do our live shots. So we're kind of happy for all of that. That's pretty neat. Ray Jones, the wife and I are heading to Florida tomorrow to check out a custom builder of Class B vans. I think we're going to finally take the plunge. I wonder, Ray, is that Coach House by chance in Florida? That is one that's on our list. We want to go to their factory and visit, but they make a beautiful Class B,
They
don't
do.
they? They really do. I think that's something that we want to visit them in the next year.
I like their floor plan because they've got the twin beds, both sides, and then you can see out the back. They've got a full bathroom back there, a really nice bathroom.
Yeah, rear bathroom.
You prop open the bathroom doors and you can see all the way through, and I like that.
And they have two twin beds. It's not just a sofa that makes into a king, but with a real mattress,
Mm-hmm.
and that is very nice. So yeah, I'm sure that I'm not. I don't know if that's when you're going to, Ray, but Coach House is one of our favorite Class B manufacturers. They do a really nice job. Boy, you guys keep notes. Deb says you said you were going to New England in June. Where are you going to? Well, we're going. We're going to Quebec, to Montreal for a rally up there. It was when we first bought this leisure. We were invited by a group up there to come to their June rally, and we said, "Yep, we will." And so we're gonna do that. But then we're going to come down through Maine, and we're in New Hampshire, and we're going to spend a lot of time, a little bit in New England, but then we're going to do a lot of time in the Adirondacks, and we'll be actually doing one of our 7-day adventure guides on that. So I will. When we do our travel for research, we kind of never tell anybody where we are until after we've been there, because what happens is people come to see us, and we're trying to get pictures and work, and then we can't do it. So
Can't get our work done.
so we'll be out there and watching Bo out in our yard here, enjoying
Getting into
the yard.
trouble.
He's getting into trouble. So we do
He's
plan to
rolling
spend some
around.
time
Whenever
there.
a dog's rolling around, that's just like, oh dear.
That is it. Yep. Mike says we met at the Class B show in Phoenix. I asked about getting. Okay, I gotta pull that out. Getting a new one. You asked to be informed if I'm getting a new one. A new RV. Okay, so what is it, Mike? Are you getting one or not? Yeah, we talked to a lot of people out there who were doing a lot of shopping, and it was pretty neat to meet them. Hey, I want to say hi to our friend Christopher Colley, who reminds everybody to give us a thumbs up before you go. Those thumbs ups are really important for us in Google, so hit that thumbs up if you will. And I bought a new clock, and I wanted to bring it in and put it up here.
Yeah, I can't believe we don't have it out here.
We were busy today. We were out in the RV all day today, and I didn't have time to bring it in. But I got this new clock, and I'm kind of obsessing over it because it shows us how many subscribers we have on YouTube. And I thought I'd leave it as a prop in one of these little windows behind us, and you can watch it kind of change. So that's always a good time for us to remind you, if you have not yet subscribed, would you please do us the honor of subscribing to our channel? And if you hit that little bell icon when you subscribe, you'll be notified when we have new content available. And we have new videos we put up every week, so you'll get first notice of that. So I appreciate if you subscribe. Jennifer's kind of laughing because
I'm going about ready to get after our dog because he keeps eating sticks and they get caught in his throat. But I guess I can't stop him.
I know he does.
Maybe I shouldn't sit like this because I can see what he's doing.
Yeah. It's pretty.
Not good to see what your dog's doing.
It's pretty good. It's funny. Let's see, Gareth. Hello to both of you. My wife Debbie had a question last week. It's my turn this week. Does Bo settle a while after you're traveling? Our dog Dreamer is still probably, I don't know. It's still settled or it's not settling. We drove today. We were in the RV all day today, and
he never settled.
No, he just sits up there in the middle, pushing against Jennifer. He's panicking and panting. He's terrified. This unit rides so much smoother than the other Bs we had. If you saw the video we put up this week, you saw how Jennifer adjusted and insulated all the drawers in the galley, and there's no rattling, there's no noise, but it's imprinted on his dog brain that on the other one, that actually was 2 ago, that occasionally a door or a cabinet would open or the refrigerator would open. I think on the other B we had that road trek, the refrigerator never shut properly, right?
And somebody said about decorating, and I don't have a bunch of little throw pillows here and there because they slide off. And
that would terrify him.
That's a missile to him.
Yeah.
That's a near-death experience if one of those pillows would slide off.
So honestly, we don't know what to do. Now we're going to Holland, but we're not taking Bo with us. I know he's going to stay with our son in Kalamazoo. And when we go to Montreal and to the Adirondacks, we probably will bring him. But he really it's trying on our patience, and he is not enjoying it at all. He is, and I don't know. I'm not a doggy psychiatrist or psychologist, so I don't know if he's ever going to settle, but he is not settling yet. And it's driving us nuts because he's very
What he
uncomfortable.
seemed the most happy doing was when we had the Wonder with the twin beds, and he could sit on the bed and look out the window.
Yeah,
He seemed to like that.
he does.
I'm trying to get him to sit on the sofa and look out the window, but I can't convince him.
Speaking of the sofa, do you fold down the Murphy bed for midday naps, or is there enough room on the couch in the back? Actually, there's enough room on this couch right here that we're sitting on for one person to take a nap, and this is a really comfortable. You can, I don't know, you want to move the camera and you can sort of show it, but it's, and there's a back in there. That's kind of an L-shaped sofa back there, and there's room for somebody to nap there. So.
You got to curl up a little
You
bit.
got to
If you're
curl up
real
a little
tall,
bit.
you're not gonna.
Yep.
You got to curl.
But what we're sitting on right now is
Definitely good
actually
for a nap.
I took a nap on the one in the back there today. So
You did?
yeah, I did. And my son-in-law Dan, we were at we're doing a video on this that you'll see later on. But my son-in-law Dan slept on this while you and Wendy were in watching all the girls dance. So
Beats sitting on the sofas in the lobby.
it beats it, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did. We're gonna do a whole video on this just for the fun of it, because so many people think you got to camp, you got to go on long trips to enjoy the RV, and we take the RV on day trips. We took it today to a town about 45 miles away from here, and we spent the day with our granddaughters. They were in a dance competition all day.
I think they're still there.
They're
they
still
got another hour
yeah,
there.
they still are there. So, I took a nap. I took a nap in the back that way, and Dan took a nap here while you guys were in watching all the dancers. Once or twice is okay, but I can't stand too many of those. So,
Well, it's hours and hours.
how do you stream video from your smartphone into the television without internet? Well, if you use Apple TV, buy Apple TV, and that will stream it. A lot of people don't use, they don't use cable and they don't use internet. But well, you do need the internet for, to stream videos and stuff. But Apple TV, you can also download things, and if you use AirPlay from your Apple, and you have the Apple TV, it will work. So that's one thing. We are not big TV watchers, I should tell you. So it's it is. Dennis asks, does the Unity have an absorption fridge? If so, how is it? Yeah, it does. It's three-way. It does propane, it does battery, and it does power when you're plugged in, 30 amp power. And I've got mine set on automatic. In fact, I need to go turn it off because we had it on today. And I've had no problems with it. I really like it. This is a really cool, I don't know if I can show this refrigerator very well here. This is a Dometic refrigerator. You can open it both ways. We've shown it in our other videos, so I'm not going to do it again. If you want to see how it works, look up one of our videos where we did a review on this unit, and you can see. But it's worked great. I'm really a big fan. Do you like that refrigerator?
I do.
Yeah.
Very nice.
When you were showing your accessories, what brand was the wall temp clock? It's on the description in the video. Just go to the video. It's the previous video to this. Just go to that and scroll down in the description. It's a LaCrosse, and you'll find a link right there, and you'll be there.
The only bad thing is you have to hit the button on the top to
Yeah.
get a reading. You can't just look at it and see everything.
Money question from Bob Ferguson. How do you balance depreciation when buying a new coach versus a used unit? Well, what is depreciation? When you roll off the parking lot with a brand new one,
It depreciates 25%,
gone. And then thereafter, every year?
7 to 8%.
So,
Depends. Then, of course, what kind of care you take and whether you drive it a lot.
so the question that we always ask is, it's always like buying a car. It's always smarter to buy a used car because somebody else has already paid for all that depreciation. You get a better deal. Conversely, though, when you buy a new unit, you get new stuff. Everything's new, and in the way technology is changing, we thought very seriously of buying a used unit. In fact, we had one we were actually kind of looking for from another manufacturer. But what won me to buy this one new was the 2019 Mercedes chassis, and I just love that chassis. I love the fact that this is a little bigger. We had 9 people in it today eating, and it was just so comfortable. We swung the chairs around in the front, and everybody just spread out throughout here, and it was great. We had the windows open, the fantastic fan on. It was comfortable, and so I like the exercise. But how do you balance it?
It's your money. How do you want to spend it?
Yeah. Do you want to enjoy it right now with something all new, or do you want to, if money is the prime thing, then you probably are better off
It's
buying a used unit.
always it's always better to get a used one. If you can trust the people that you're getting it from, if you know you're getting something good.
Gareth is asking the same question. I think he just got impatient. I didn't answer it right away. But does Bo get anxious when we're driving? And his Golden does, and welcome suggestions. Boy, I don't know. I can't give you any suggestions. I wish somebody would give us some suggestions because he's
Bo
really getting to
will
be a
settle
pain.
down. Usually he settles down, but the roads in Michigan are really bumpy, and every time we hit a bump, he expects something to fall on him.
Yeah, he gets a panic look on his face, and he puts his ears back and he
And
crowds us as
he
close as he can
loves
get.
riding in the car.
Yeah,
So I mean, but he looks out the window. He's happy as all get out on those same bumpy roads.
yeah, yeah.
In the
So
car, he's okay. I think because he can't see out the window. He needs to see out the window, and I can't convince him to sit on the sofa.
yeah, it is.
But we're working on it.
We are.
I don't want to give him tranquilizers. I know there's different things you can do.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Here's a question from Reen. He says, I'm 76 years old and starting out doing day trips. I have a 23 Chevy Suburban, the big one. Yeah, they were big
They
back
are
then.
big.
And had a ton of room, twin sized bed, 3 in memory foam mattress, located it behind the front seats. Well, good for you. I heard from somebody else this week on our Facebook page, and they were camping in the back of, I think they had a little SUV, one of those Chrysler SUVs. I forget the names of them, and they had made that into an SUV. So yeah, you can do it in anything you want. Uh, what kind of a rally are you going to in Montreal? It's a leisure travel van group that invited us to come up, and
We got to get some ideas on how to decorate this place.
yeah, we're looking for ideas on decorating and storing. We've settled a few things since we did the video that's previous to this. Oh, did you want to give a shout out to some of those people for those great ideas that they gave you?
Well, I'm trying it. I haven't brought it out in the rig yet to try it. It was suggested that I put what you hold your hair with, like ponytails and things, around the spices. So I bought some of those rings, and but I haven't brought them out in the rig yet. But
Yeah.
I think it'll work.
But whoever had that idea, thank you. That's a great idea.
And also putting a rubber band around the forks and things so that they don't rattle.
They haven't rattled. They're really
It
good.
worked.
What
So
you
far,
what
it
you
worked
did?
just putting the shelf liner in the silverware drawer. Ours isn't rattling.
Yeah.
But if it does rattle, I know I can put a rubber band or again the hair.
Gary says GoPro on Bo's collar next. I got one. I've done one already on that.
You did that at the dog park.
Yeah, we did a story about dog parks, and you can see that video. And I actually put one. I bought a little vest on him, and you can put the GoPro underneath his chin or up on top of his head. And he ran all over the dog
I
park,
put it on
knocked it
top
off.
of his head and knocked it off in about 2
Yeah,
seconds.
he took it in the woods and boom. But
We ought to
when
do
I
that again.
yeah, we will. When I put it on his chest, that's the way to do it. So yeah, we did that, and I'll tell you what. Next time we take him and we're at a dog park, we'll kind of let him do it. And
He
it'll
is
be
so
fun.
funny because he normally goes 6 days a week to the dog park.
Yeah.
And he's got his friends and he likes the humans. He's got his circuit there that he has to make to get pets from.
Eric asked an interesting question. He says, "Hello from South Carolina. Curious if you know of anyone who does RV traveling and does dialysis treatments during your travel."
I'm sure
Um,
you can.
Yeah, I think you just would need to line up places where you could do that. But if somebody here is doing that, hopefully they'll comment on the right, and maybe the two of you guys can hook up. But yeah, absolutely, good for you. Good for you. I hear a lot from people who are facing really serious disease. Some people facing terminal disease, but there's no reason they can't travel, and they're out actually making the best of it and enjoying their life. We're all terminal, right? I mean, as long as you're comfortable and can do it, you can find a way. I think go do it and enjoy it. Enjoy what time God has given you left. And I am sure there are people here who do dialysis treatments, Eric, and I hope that somebody will answer there, and you look for their comment as we continue, and maybe the two of you guys can talk. But I think if you just called ahead, arrange with
It
hospitals
seems
or
like your
treatment
doctor
centers.
would be able to tell you how you do that.
Yeah, yeah, that's even better idea. Yeah. Talking about nervous dogs, Deanna says our Maltese is finally settling down after 2 years of traveling in our Winnebago. Hopefully, Bo will be okay over time. Well, that's our hope, Deanna, as well. But he was really annoying today, wasn't he?
He never settled down. Usually he settles down.
He sits right between us, and
Oh no, he gets
well, between us, and then he pushes
pushes,
against. He
pushes,
wants to sit
pushes.
on your lap.
I know. So I have to hold my purse on my lap.
Yeah,
Otherwise, he'll jump up on my lap.
yeah, yeah.
And he's 60 pounds. I don't want him on my lap. I love him, but he can't do that.
What's your Wi-Fi mainstay as you travel? Verizon and the Jetpack. That said, I'm not. I love Verizon. I think it's the best network. But like in the last couple of years, they say it's unlimited data. Yeah, if you can get a connection, because after you use something like 25 gigs in a month, they will throttle you. Now, for me, if I use this Jetpack to do one of these Ask Us Anything on a Sunday night, because these last about an hour, and if I use it an hour and then just use it a little bit the next week, I use up my minimum. I use up that 25 gigs, and then they throttle me. They bring me back to a dial-up speed, ridiculous. So yeah, I technically have unlimited data, but after they throttle you, the data is useless. So I have another system here, and I've not effectively used it a lot, but it is the WineGuard Connect 2 system. That one actually works off the AT&T network, and I do have it. It costs about $65 a month, I think. If you use it, you can do it month by month, and I haven't activated it yet because I haven't needed it. But I'm still holding off. Someday it's going to be reasonable to get internet satellite. The speeds are coming up. You just have too much stuff you got to carry around, and unless you're a full timer and you sit in one spot for several days, I don't think it's worth the hassle. But Verizon Jetpack, it usually does very well, and the only thing for me is I'm a very heavy user of data when I do one of these live streams in video. Otherwise, that 25 gigs lasts us the whole month if I'm not doing a live stream. So that's the hotspot. And Robin says you have a hotspot. I have a printer in my RV and want to print from my laptop. Well, I have a Mac, and I also have an iPhone and an iPad, and you can print right from it's all wireless. So if you have a wireless printer, I don't know whether you're using Android or a Mac. I'm sure Android does the same thing, but I used to carry a printer, but seldom do we need it. I've looked around at little tiny portable ones. I had one for a while. It was just real flimsy. I may get another one someday, but we haven't really needed it. On overnight trips, do you most often set up on a picnic table and eat outside, eat in your RV, or eat at a restaurant? Good question. All of the above.
Yeah, all of the above. If the weather's nice and I've brought food, eating outside at a picnic table, if it's, obviously a nice area, that's about as good as it gets. And the
Yeah.
bugs aren't bad.
If you want to see how we do it, if you look, I think in our Glacier National Park videos, every year we do a video from Glacier, and we have shown how we cook and what we use and how we set up. I think the most recent one we did was the one last year on Medora in North Dakota and Theodore Roosevelt National Park.
Hmm.
And we have a great campsite there. I love that campsite, the Cottonwood Campground down there. The bison come right through. And I think we did a shot of us eating dinner and then of
Making
cooking
breakfast.
blueberry pancakes the next morning. So,
Hmm.
so yes, we do, and that's pretty good. All right, let's look at some other questions. Lots of you just checking in and from greetings from all across the world, really. Now that you own your LTV, is there any new thoughts on insurance? Um, I would urge you to get an estimate. I'm trying to think of the company that we recommend. RIS, I believe, is their name. If you search RIS on rvlifestyle.com, these guys we have found just do a terrific job because they'll give you a no obligation estimate of several different companies that specialize in RV insurance. And that's what I would, pick the right one for you. Insurance is a big deal, but RIS, and I think if you go to rvlifestyle.com/RIS, and if that's not it, rvlifestyle.com/insurance, and it'll take you there, and you can give it a try. But get estimates. Get estimates from several of them. Also check with whoever insures your car and your house, because often they'll even give you a better deal. All right, let's go to Nancy Jenkins. I'm home now after flooding and roads falling apart in a blizzard. The joys of travel sometimes in springtime. I did go down a Highway 60 to the border, but turned into Hannah Road 135. Passed an alpaca farm, came back to Arthur Street outside Thunder Bay. Nancy, I haven't a clue where you are there. I think it's probably Thunder Bay, Ontario, maybe. That's the only Thunder Bay I know. So I'm glad that you're.
Well, I'm glad. Did you get? I hope she got to see some of those alpacas.
Yeah,
hope she was able to stop and enjoy them.
They are the coolest animals.
They are.
Yeah. Where did we just have our fun with our alpacas?
Well, I'm sorry that her home was flooded and the blizzard and all that.
Yeah.
But,
well, welcome home, Nancy. That was in New Mexico. We were at an alpaca farm on Harvest Hosts. If you haven't seen that video, it's in the current looks. Look for Harvest Hosts, and you can find it there. And we had a lot of fun, and they're really cool. Those things, I really like alpacas. Michael Stanley. Michael, I think, was at the big Bee Fest up in Willoughby, Ohio this weekend. Advanced RV. Our friends Mike and Marcia and Advanced RV hosted all their owners they do that every year. And he was commenting on the 2019 Sprinter cab. It's luxurious. Yep. Big shock to discover there's no gear selector level. It's now a lever off the steering wheel, which is great for us, Mike. That was a big factor for us because we had that shift lever on the floor, and Bo, when he would go in the middle, you know how dogs nest, they go around in circles before they lay down, drives you nuts sometimes. He would always hit that gear shift, so there's always downshifting me, and now he can't do that. So yeah, it's a gorgeous dashboard, and I've got a video up on that on the channel here too. You can see in the 2019 Sprinter. Do you think the Sprinter is more fancier than the Ford RVs? Just wondering. Yeah, we tested the Ford Transit as an RV, and we drove one for 2 weeks through a blizzard from Manitoba down to Florida, and we liked it a lot.
Down to Florida and then to Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah, and then we took it out west to Salt Lake City, up down mountains, and we really liked it.
Did like it.
There were a couple little things that in terms of an RV, it was very cumbersome to go from the front to the back. And to your question about more fancier, yeah, I think the Mercedes Sprinter is a little fancier and has a little bit more advanced technology on the dashboard. And I'm a big tech geek. I find the seats really comfortable in the Sprinter. It's up just a little higher than the Ford Transit. But the Fords, they're great. They do a really good job. We had no problems with acceleration or any of that, and it was very comfortable to drive, much like driving a car.
Okay, now I'm thinking, I think leisure travel vans, they take the leather off and put different leather on everything that they sell.
Up here
so even in a Ford, they would be, I think, covering the seats to make them more comfortable.
I think, what is that stuff called? Ultra leather or something? Yeah. And that's it's very comfortable.
Man-made.
It does. It's a man-made leather. It's actually more expensive.
And if you do have it, you have to be careful of ink from a pen because you can't get that off.
Yeah. It may be Bo does not like all the room in the van. Have you thought about trying a crate? See if he likes his space that better. Bo doesn't do crates. He
doesn't like crates.
He doesn't like crates at all. That would really freak him.
I was laughing telling Mike today. I said maybe we should put him in a crate, but if we don't secure it, he'd be sliding back and forth. I said that would really send him over the edge.
Oh man, yeah, we'd have
just
to.
Laughing. It wasn't.
We wouldn't really do that.
We wouldn't do that.
But we pictured it. It would
I
be
pictured
kind
him
of fun.
sliding back and forth.
David asked us, do the both of you play pickleball? Do you know that pickleball is, well, at least it was a year ago when I did the story. It was 2 years ago I did the story. Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in all of America. You knew that.
Yes.
And I've played it several times. And have you ever played it?
I have never played it.
Well, we got to do something because it is a
We
lot of
went
fun.
once to play it at a condo down
And
somewhere from
the
ours,
lesson had
and it
ended.
was too hot. Yeah, it was a lesson over, and I don't like heat. And we got there, and it was really hot.
Now my
I was
friend,
ready to go.
and he's part of our RV community, Les Chanteau. He's a big time pickleball player. He's taken me a couple of times to play pickleball, and I've done a couple of them on the road. I would love to get Jennifer to do it because it's a lot of fun. I'm surprised. It's great exercise. Many churches around the country now have pickleball leagues at church because all the old people go down to Florida and learn pickleball, and then they come back north, the snowbirds, and they want pickleball. So it's spreading everywhere. And it is a lot of fun. But Jennifer has not played, and
I haven't played.
it's on the list to get her to play. So
Mhm.
if we run into you, David, give her a lesson, and we'll teach her what the kitchen is in pickleball. Diane from Spring Gulch Campground in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. What a great name for a campground, Diane. I had to put that up because that's just a great name. It makes you want to go. Spring Gulch Campground. Does your dash cam do Wi-Fi? Maybe you could stream it to a monitor for Bo. Yeah, it does do Wi-Fi actually, but it's the bandwidth is pretty intensive, and sometimes when Jen's driving, I will call it up just to look at the shots. But I do have a camera that's facing down, and you'll see it in the next video where Bo is, and actually it's a camera on Bo. It shows it's kind of over our shoulders and down where Bo lies. And so he'll be on the next video that we put out on Thursday. You can see
Tell
what
you
we
one
mean.
thing, our little year-and-a-half-old grandson is very excited that Bo's going to spend a couple nights at his house.
Yep, we're dropping him off at our son Jeff and daughter-in-law Amy's house, and we just did FaceTime before we got on the air here with our grandson. He was taking a bath, and he didn't want to see Grandma and Grandpa. He just wanted to see Bo. He's pretty cute. So Bo is going to go spend time with him next week while we're at the Holland Tulip Festival. Nancy's back again. She loved her trip. She did boondocking near Ontario, Nipigon, Ontario. Saw the space station and the moon at near dawn. Isn't that the great part, to get up early like that and see the sky? Loved the dark and looking up at the stars. Saw some deer and a fox on travels. That's the great part, Nancy, about this lifestyle, is enjoying it. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go through here and see if we can pull up a couple more questions. Here's somebody that's talking about dialysis. His friends did that, just like it was said. They called ahead and made arrangements. So, Eric, it is very doable. And do us a favor and let us know how that works out for you. And that would be pretty good. Gary Mark says, did I see you on NBC the other night about apps for plants? Yes, you did. You did. That's my PC My Cat.
And you've been doing that for like 24, 25 years?
This, I think, is starting the 25th year, and you know how technology's changed. I still do a weekly technology report that goes out to every NBC station in the country. And when I started, oh my gosh, I needed a videographer, a video editor, sometimes a lighting person, and now and a producer. And now I do it all on my laptop with just some software, and we do it every week for wherever we are. So Monday is my NBC day when I do NBC, and then it's released to all. It goes out on the network to all 253 stations on Wednesday, and so yes, I'm glad you saw it. We're on quite a bit.
You can't escape them.
Yeah. Charles Miller wants to get an RV and be a traveling evangelist. Well, there used to be the circuit riders, Charles, so do it in an RV. I think there's several out there already doing that. And I just saw a story, when I say a story, or was it an email that somebody sent us, about in Texas, many of the campgrounds, and I think Texas, and it's spreading to some of the other states, are doing kind of campground missionaries. So in exchange for a free place to stay, you are kind of like a chaplain. You're a campground chaplain. So anybody has problems they want to talk to you about, or you do a service on Sunday. So there's another way to follow your passion for the Lord in your case, and still get out there and be an RVer. Good for you, Charles. Go do it. But yeah, I got to check into that chaplain for campgrounds. I think that's a pretty good idea. That'd be a good interview sometime. All right. So we're traveling, with Bo, but how about Nancy? She travels with parrots. And she has a burgundy cord a bungee cord that she holds her medium parrot's cage steady when driving in her own seatbelt.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So traveling with parrots. Um, why not put Bo in the corner lounge and block it off? Could be a safe den spot, same as a crate, only bigger. Rewards when he goes in and when he stays quiet. Well, we haven't thought of that.
Well, there's more bounce in the back, and his fear is the bounce. And he really does like being by us.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
I'm
I
going
think
to
he
have to
would-
get something to settle him down.
Yeah.
Some kind of oils. People say different oils, different natural things.
Yeah, yeah. How do you address laundry when traveling across the country? Usually I go, boy, that stinks.
Jen, that's
Yeah.
how he addresses laundry.
Yeah.
Jen, when are you going to do laundry?
So how do we handle laundry on the road?
We just find a laundromat. You just find one. You can't be. And once in a while, you're going to get a washer that's dirty. You're going to put your clothes in, and they're going to come out dirtier than when you put them in, or a dryer.
Yeah.
Just part of the luck of the draw.
That's why when we stay at a commercial campground, we'll often pick a KOA.
Because KOAs are clean.
They generally are really clean. There's
Mhm.
always a standard of cleanliness that we like. So if we're out boondocking for a week, maybe on the fourth or fifth night, we'll go stay at a KOA, and then we'll top off with water and empty the black tank and do the laundry.
And when we were in New Orleans, the campground that we were in had a free washer and dryer, and I went, "Oh dear, free," and it didn't work. The washer didn't work.
You
and,
get what you pay for,
you
right?
get what you pay for.
Yeah. Somebody is sending, people send us every now and then. We'll get a whole bunch of stuff, and we'll do a review on products. People send us. They call us influencers. So we get a lot of companies that every day 2 or 3 pitches that get this for free or that for free, and if we do a review on it, and so usually I say no, but occasionally I'll say, okay, we'll try it out. But the rule is that we give it a hit or a miss. But you mentioned the laundry a minute ago, and somebody just sent me this thing about, we have a pair of socks that you don't have to change for a week and they won't get stinky.
There you go.
So that's what's coming. We're going to try out the stinkless socks.
Now, our grandma that bought the 3 RVs, she was going to get a washer to put in her.
Yeah, she did. She had a small little
Excuse me.
washer that she was going to get.
Yeah.
I forget. She told us the name of it, but there's a small one that would fit, at least in a B plus.
Because the
They're very
A's,
small.
a lot of A's have washers and dryers in.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. All right. Do you go to Elkhart County in Indiana? Actually, I think I'll be there not this coming week, but the week after. That's the plan now. I'll know more tomorrow.
Things are
actually.
always subject to change.
As you know, things are always subject to change. But right now, I'm
Even
planning.
the day before, things are subject
yeah.
to change.
I'm planning a 2-day trip to Elkhart to do a couple of meetings and some videos. The end of next week, and I won't know until the next couple of days. But we're setting up some business meetings there. So, but yeah, we get to Elkhart. Elkhart is the RV capital of the world, and we love to tour factories there, and we love to meet people. There's a lot of companies that have set up there that supply different things to the automotive industry and
RV?
the RV industry, and they're always inviting us over. So, but we've got one. We think we're gonna go the end of next week for a couple of days. I won't know though for a while. So that's good. Let's see. I have to read this. Poodles know how to travel. Yeah, the poodles are smart dogs. They are. I know. They
Well,
are.
Bo, it's
Bo
just
used to
things
travel.
falling.
Just in the last RV, he used to love
he,
to travel.
He was fine until things started falling out of the freezer and the refrigerator.
Yeah. Just an idea there about Bev. If for some reason the dialysis has no openings, check with health insurance what hospitals are covered in the area you're going through. Good stuff there, and you can find a bunch. Verizon has an unlimited on throttle plan, prepaid $70 a month. Came out in October. I'm way beyond 25 Gs. Yeah, you know, I have trouble getting that on my jetpack. So I've looked for that. I think I just saw, oh gosh, what are their, it's MIA is the name of their website. Couple that specialize in doing internet stuff. Somebody that is on there now will know who I'm talking about and put the name on them. And they just had a thing about they're sensing that Verizon's going to pull the plug on that. I've looked a couple of times for that unlimited, unthrottled plan. I've even called them, and they tell me no. Now they used to be a sponsor of ours, I don't know, but yeah, that would be ideal for $70 a month. That's cheaper than what you get with way cheaper than cable, and the speed is usually pretty good. So I'd love to be able to get it. If you have a link for that, please post it and we will give it a try. Um, Hello from Bar Harbor, wondering if the grandmother that bought 3 LTVs in Phoenix got the Sprinter. Yeah, if you
Well,
saw
the
my
one
video,
was a wonder. The one
one of the
grandson
boys got a Wonder,
with the twin beds in the
and
front.
she and one of the other grandsons got
Unity.
the Unity models. Now they're building them, and they said they wouldn't have them done until late September, early October. If you don't know what Stacy's talking about, go back again on the channel. There's a story about it's one of the most amazing stories we've ever seen about a grandma
It's a fun story.
who bought new RVs for herself and her 2 grandsons, and what a heartwarming story
I think
it was.
we all would like to do that if we
Yeah,
could.
wouldn't we all like to do that? We would. We would. Um, let's see. Let's see what else we've got. Maybe seeing your dash cam feed on a small monitor where he sits will help Bo be calmer. I don't think Bo would watch it.
What we really need, we've talked about this, is we need a platform between
Yeah.
the 2 seats so that he can sit high. Of course, then it's going to really be tough when I have to get in the back
Yeah, and that's our
when
challenge.
we're driving. But he needs a platform.
That's where I need
Because
it.
if he could sit up high and if he could just see out the windows, he would be happy.
We need somebody right in here. You can see the camera right down in there is where he sits, and that's where we would like to build something that would be that we could take down really easy, and then so we got to get away from it, and it would store real easy.
With a pad on top,
We need
a little
to get
bit of a pad.
a little
a
pad
carpenter.
that he could lie up on that.
Now, our carpenter, who it took me 3 months to get him to come and do a couple things I wanted, you asked him about shelves in there, and he kind of discouraged you from that.
Yeah.
He's supposed to come back again, but I don't know if it'll take another 3 months. But he has the skill. He could build something. But there's an opportunity for somebody.
Yeah, come and fix it for us.
Well, to sell these.
Bev, yeah, for somebody to sell those things, you
Right.
could probably do pretty well. Does Bo have a soft dog bed at your home in Michigan? Yep, we
Yes.
bring that with him, and he's in that, but that doesn't do it.
Yeah, we do put a nice pad
Yeah,
in between there
yeah,
for him.
yep, it's pretty fun.
He loves his bed.
Paul wants to know if the Unity is allowed on the Going to the Sun Road. No, it's not. Anything over 21 feet is prohibited on Going to the Sun Road. Now, ask me how I know that, because I took a 24-foot one up there. Had no idea the first time we went to Glacier, and I've told this story before.
Yeah, we told it before, and the reason we didn't know is when we went to Glacier, there were so many people lined up to get into the park that they weren't collecting any money at all. They just said, go on in, go on in, go on in, because it was a traffic hazard. And so we didn't get any of the rules of the park.
And then we got there, and there were a lot of tour buses that were taking people on Going to the Sun Road. And guess what those buses were? They were Sprinters. So I remember at one of the campgrounds that tour bus pulled in. I said, "Hey, do you have any problem taking that Sprinter up?" And he said, "No, I do it 10 times a day." And I said, "I've got a Sprinter. Will that handle it?" And he said, "Oh yeah." So bright and early the next morning, 7:38, before the traffic, we loaded up our 24-foot Sprinter and rode it. I did a video on it. You can find that on the channel too, and it was great. I had no problems. Just beautiful.
Oh dear! Somebody shot a
gun.
I think.
Yeah, we're
in the RV.
We're in the RV, and so somewhere out there our gunshot was, and that's Bo barking. So somebody's target practicing or harvesting the deer, which they're not supposed to do. How do you securely lock your rad e-bikes when traveling? There's a big, long lock and a cable that I ram around them all and keep that. Um, can you tell me about the R Village site online? I'm a member, but I never use it. It's a pretty nice service. Everybody loves R Village. It's nice if you're in a campground and you can call it up and you can see who else is near you that's a member of our village. We have 21,000 people on our Facebook group. If you go to rvlifestyle.com/community, there's 21,000 members there. So almost always when we're looking to hook up with somebody online, we'll say, hey, we're here, and there's usually 3 or 4 people nearby. So I don't really use it very much, but it's a good operation. I've heard great things about it, and it's nice if you want to jump in and find people who are near you and find community in a campground. They do a nice job. Let's see. Do you have any problems with ankles swelling when you take long trips? My brother's going to try and discourage me from buying an RV. Well, Kathleen, you tell him, Jen, sitting is not healthy. Long time sitting.
I've heard it said that once an hour you should get up and move around. And just like flying on an airplane.
Yeah, so in the airplane,
it isn't good to sit.
Yeah, now I don't know about the ankles, but everything,
Yeah.
it's
you need to get up and move.
And I've written a couple of stories on the rvlifestyle.com blog about sitting disease. If you just search for that, and you'll realize how unhealthy it is to sit. So Jennifer's right. Every hour you should move, but certainly every couple of hours stop. Pull in someplace, get off the road, run around the RV, take a little walk.
Oh, this is making me remind me of once when we were at the Andaman Islands, and my parents weren't doing well, and we had to get home quick, and we were on one plane, another plane, halfway around the world.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, and then we got home.
23 hours of flying time.
And cramps in our legs for a couple of days.
Oh, it's terrible.
Wasn't good.
Yeah,
All that sitting on airplanes.
I have a reporter friend who died in the first Gulf War. He was, embedded with the troops, and he was sitting in a Humvee for, hours and hours and days, and not really able to stretch because it was dangerous out there. And he got swelling, he got blood clots, and died. So it's serious stuff, and you do want to move around, but don't let your brother discourage you.
Even wiggle your feet. We flew once on a Japanese airline, and the flight attendants had all these little exercises for us to do, and I really appreciated it.
Yeah.
Whenever you fly, you feel silly, but you need to get up and walk around and.
Yeah, but let's not let Kathleen's brother discourage you.
Go. Just wiggle.
Tell you if you wiggle your
Run around.
Tell me you got us. You got this covered, Kathleen.
Yeah, just move.
Yeah, don't let him do that. Deacon St. John's reminding us to fill up your RV when you come to Canada. Their gas prices are insane.
Ooh.
Indeed, they are. Always have been. For the last 7 years, your gas prices are crazy. Yeah.
Got to gas up before we cross over.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. Why did you pick the Unity over the Wonder? Look back on previous videos. We've covered this numerous times, and you can see our reviews of both of them. We like them both.
Really, the Unity, this is so open.
Much bigger.
Our kids today, what we have? We had 4 dancers.
We had 9
4
people.
Adults.
9 people. 9 people in here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of us in here, and it felt very spacious.
Yeah, give them I don't know if that'll turn a little bit. We'll show you once more. But you can see how much room there is in this thing, and we love that galley, and this area way back here is just really nice. I'll turn on a light. What the heck? I'll put on some lights back here. You can see this. This is a really nice area. There. But
again,
it's just roomy.
No decorative pillows, because those are flying objects that could kill Bo in his mind.
Bo, that's why we don't have decorative stuff in here. Okay, we'll move our camera.
And I really appreciate these cushions being snapped. They have a strap and a snap, and they don't slide off.
Yep.
And Bo appreciates it.
I'm going to turn that off because there's something about those lights that cause the video to kind of flicker. There we go. Sorry, I had to go turn those off. I think we just got, let's see, did we get, no, somebody reminded me about our newsletter tomorrow. I've got to tell you about the newsletter. The newsletter's coming out tomorrow. And one last mention, because again, if you just tuned in, This is the night. This is the first time we have announced in the last hour the availability of our latest book. It just came out today, right now. You can go buy it. You'll be the first to buy it. And that is our 7-day adventure guide to Colorado. There's the address up there, rvlifestyle.com/Colorado. It was such a fun trip. We just love it.
Got Gary saying here that Bo is a Norwegian like Gary, and he just wants to see around. Everybody wants to see around. Bo's pretty spoiled.
Yeah.
You know, he's used to having the whole back seat of the car and looking out. Yeah, everybody wants to see. Who wants to stare at the floor all the time?
Yep. That's good. Have you ever thought of coming to Palm Springs to visit? Have some good attractions to see. Really, it's on our list. We want to do Palm Springs. It's a beautiful area, and we like it a lot. Let's see. Really quickly get through this because we're running out of time. I put 18,000 miles in my RV. What a year! Meeting so many 10 friends in my 2016 Class B Sprinter van. Maybe I need to go to a Class A and get solar panels. We can get solar panels on your Sprinter. Let's get them on your Sprinter, and yeah, they really do help. All right, lots of you there, and we could keep going here for a couple of hours, but
your voice won't last.
My voice won't last.
And I got to go do dishes.
Yep, and let's see. Somebody says a flip-up folding table would hold Bo. Picture an upside-down L. That's too complicated for me. I need to get somebody to come and design it for me. I have no things. And
the size.
Yep. All right. So,
well,
gosh,
you guys can think about it.
Yep. You guys have been great. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, but we've gone over our hour. And look for our video Thursday. We're going to show you how we used our RV in just like a day trip, and how you don't have to go far away or overnight camp to have adventures in your RV and to enjoy the RV and to have it enrich your lifestyle.
I just keep thinking about when the kids were young, how nice it would have been to have had a Class B for all of the football games and dance competitions and pom-pom squad and all the activities of life. But you don't have the money to have one then. Maybe get a used one so that you could have that refrigerator and a bathroom and all these luxuries. And once you have a Class B, you can't stand not having one.
Yeah, yep.
It spoils you so.
All right, last question, kind of like a little code question. Get it, John? A little code question. CW, KJ4VPJ/HP3. That's a ham radio operator somewhere in the South, but he's operating portable in the Caribbean. So, dit, which is R in Morse code. I love CW, John. Been a ham radio operator for almost 60 years. I was just a little tiny kid when I started, and still have it. So, yep, I do. 73 to you, John. Thanks for checking in. All right, guys, listen, there's a lot more questions on there. I'll go through and read all those, and we'll try and answer some of them later on. But we love doing this Sunday night thing. Hope you liked our extra camera, and we'll maybe
I
even
gotta
add
tell
a
you,
third
I
one.
really love doing it in the RV in the driveway.
It's much more comfortable.
So comfortable.
Yeah.
Somebody said I looked relaxed last week, and I said, really what it is I'm comfortable. This sofa, I'm comfortable, and it's so pleasant looking out the window.
Now, if we could just get Bo comfortable.
Yeah.
So there you go. And Karen says, get one of those Amish men to build a perch for Bo.
You are
when
right.
we go down to Elkhart, somebody's got to figure out that for us. We just got to.
We need something we can fold the legs.
Something you can fold it and you can easily move it back and forth.
And we can store it
away.
behind the seat. You are absolutely right.
Yep. So
those Amish men, they know how to build.
They can build. All right, Karen. Yeah, they're not watching us on the internet, unfortunately, so I'm not going to get any home contact with me. Hey, we love you guys. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Let's see. We'll be doing social media from the Holland Tulip Festival next week. We've got a great podcast coming up. In the podcast on Wednesday, we're talking about extended warranties for RVs. It's very much in the news with Road Trek going belly under. People say, well, what happens to my warranties? Well, hopefully their new owners will cover them, but it's got a lot of people thinking about warranties and extended warranties. We're going to kind of talk about that on the Wednesday podcast. Look for that in our Thursday video on using the RV for a sort of a day retreat for the family and having fun with it. We're out of here. Thank you guys so much, and we we always enjoy coming on. We've had 238 people so far. We're watching us. Actually, more than that. Some of them just signed off because I say I'm going to buy. But we love seeing you guys, and we're gonna get out of here now. So thank you so much, and everybody have a great trip, and we'll see you down the road.
Happy trails.
Bye bye.